We just spent 6 nights eating at every restaurant on board Explora I, Explora Journeys. From a €330 upcharge restaurant that served us popping candy as a mouth refresher, all the way up until Deck 11 and the Emporium Marketplace, the buffet. And today, we're ranking all of these 6 restaurants from worst to first. And number 1 might actually surprise you. So let's start at the bottom. Now I kind of feel there should be some Top of the Pops music here, but for copyright reasons, I can't do that. So we're going to start with Anthology. And there are a few reasons why we've put Anthology at the bottom of this list. The food itself is, of course, excellent quality, but this is a luxury cruise line where all of your food is included in some very good restaurants. So to charge an extra 165 or more with wine pairing, this food has to be exceptional. And for us, it just wasn't. Now you can check out the video we have on the channel for a longer review of the Anthology meal that we had. But for the most part, even though we had Wagyu beef, sea bass, caviar, langoustine ravioli, popping candy, kind of mouth cleanser, not sure why we had that, it felt a bit more gimmicky than actually useful. It didn't wow us at all. And we're going to put this at the bottom because basically we're simple creatures. The food has to taste great, but it also has to be in big enough portions to fill you up. And after a €165 meal, fortunately we didn't pay for that each, we actually went to the buffet. And I'm sure that's not what Explora wants you to do. So number 5 on our list for, again, a couple of reasons is Fil Rouge. Now the food was good. We actually had lobster, Dover sole, which is kind of one of their signatures, I think. We had some French onion soup and some crab cake for starters. The issue with Fil Rouge was that the food was good, not great, to be honest with you. There are better options on board Explora, but the service was lacking. We kind of had a rude waiter right at the end of the meal during dessert, and it was rude enough that we just thought, the first night as well, we thought we're getting up and going. And we again, you can kind of guess this, we went up to the buffet because ironically they were serving lobster there as well. Now, good food cannot overcome poor service, and that was the issue with Fil Rouge. I'm sure it was a one-off, and I'm absolutely sure because I've spoken to other cruise reviewers who've had excellent food and excellent service there. But for us, this is our list. We put this at number 5. So at number 4, we're putting Marble & Co. Marble & Co. is the onboard New York type steakhouse. And the reason we're putting this is not the service. The service was absolutely fine on board. They were lovely. But we have had many, many, many better steaks, both on land, which you can kind of accept, but also on other ships. Even the MSC Bellissima, which is a cruise line or a cruise that we took that was 5 times cheaper than the Explora Journeys 6 nights, and we had 7 nights on the MSC. The steaks were better on board that ship than this ship, and that's not what you expect. If you're paying 5 times as much, you expect it to be better. It was kind of bland. You can see on the website, we have photos, and you can see on the videos. Blandly presented, and to be honest with you, the steaks, the porterhouse, for example, was very thin. The tenderloin was a little bit better. But again, we've had such better steaks on land and even at sea that we're kind of putting this in the middle. Service was good, food was kind of average. So number 3, and don't worry, it's getting a little bit more positive now, is Sakura. Sakura is kind of like the Pan-Asian restaurant, often voted the best restaurant on the ship. And for Japanese food, if it was just Japanese food, this would rank much higher. The sashimi, the sushi, the udon noodles are superb, simply superb. Where they fall down a little bit, and we are perhaps a little biased in this, is when they come to the Pan-Asian side, when they start looking at the Thai food or the Malaysian food or the Indian food, is that we actually live in Asia. And some of the street food and food courts you have here, they are really good because they don't try to make it a little bit more posh. So I ordered a pad Thai from Sakura, and it was a lobster pad thai. And honestly, lobster doesn't add anything to pad thai. So they are making these menus to try and elevate the experience, which is good, but some things just don't need that. And it seemed a little bit like they were trying too hard. The plus points are, it's the best looking restaurant on the ship, and in our opinion, it has the best location overlooking the stern on deck 5. You can eat inside and outside, and it is stunning. We enjoyed our time there, but there are still 2 better restaurants on board Explorer, in our opinion. So coming in at number 2, or silver spot, or the runner-up, is the Med Yacht Club. And the Med Yacht Club on Explora Journeys is our number 2 for 3 reasons. The food is excellent. We had the octopus, we had the meatballs in tomato sauce, which sounds simple, but they did a really good job on it. We had the Iberia ham, which is also pretty simple, but saucing it is not when you're so far away. And we also had the hazelnut ice cream. Now, the second reason is that the waiter was actually nicely putting pressure on me, because I wasn't going to order too much, to try the hazelnut ice cream, and I am so grateful that he did, because it was like the world's biggest Ferrero Rocher surrounded by hazelnut ice cream with a crispy outer shell, and it was superb. And that hazelnut dessert with the ice cream is also reason number 3. So the Mediterranean flavors, the quality of the ingredients, and the execution. This is what luxury cruise dining should be all about. And our number 1 restaurant on board Explora Journeys, if you know anything about the ship, you'll know which one it is. I feel we should have a little bit of a drum roll. Is the Emporium Marketplace. Up on deck 11, open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it's not often that people will choose the buffet as the highlight of the culinary experience on board any cruise ship. But on Explora Journeys, they do it different. Almost every station is a live cooking station. Even the salad they will prepare for you. The burgers they will cook when you order it. The pizza stations, they will have it ready, or they will cook it if you want something special. The juice and the smoothie bar will make the juice for you. It is superb, and I have seen nothing like this on any ship. The Emporium Marketplace was so good that actually even on our shore excursions or our trips out into town in the Greek islands, we would come back before 2:30 or before 3, so we could actually still grab lunch on board. Now, I love the Greek islands, and we were going for an extra holiday after the cruise, so we were going to try the local food. But for the 7 days that we're on board Explora Journeys, we did want to eat at that restaurant as often as we could. And we certainly got our money's worth there. They have lobster, they have oysters, they have crabs. If you are seafood fanatic, then this has got you sorted. They have steaks, they have carveries, they have Angus beef burgers. If you like meat, they have you covered. They have salad stations, they have cheese stations. If you are veggie, they have you covered. I cannot recommend this place highly enough, and I always like to finish on a positive. So Explorer, well done on your buffet. And we kind of have to give an honorable mention to the Crema Cafe, which is kind of, you think, snack bar, coffee bar, except a little bit higher end than just slapping a pizza on the side. It actually has sandwiches and pastries and cakes all throughout the day, and they do change them depending on the time of day. It is a superb little place to grab your coffee. If you smoke, there's even a smoking section on the outside, and you can also grab some of the best chocolate I've had at sea. They change it every 3 days, dark, milk, and Caramac. You kind of have to be British to know what Caramac is, but they've got it on this ship. That's reason enough to go, I think. So that's our complete restaurant ranking on Explora Journeys, the Explorer 1, from 1 to 6. Do you agree? Have you been on Explorer 1, and which was your favorite? Are we completely wrong about the steakhouse and the Anthology upcharge restaurant? Let me know in the comments, because food is subjective, and this one was just what we thought when we went on board Explorer. Of course, you can press the buttons below if this video was useful, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video, or you can check out some of our other Explora Journeys content on the channel. Thanks for watching. See you soon.